What's up, YouTube? I'm Giovanni. Welcome to this sponsored Cointelegraph AMA show. Today, I'm joined by Martin Regan and Juanjo Chust, who are respectively the CEO and the blockchain senior developer at Aloha DeFi. How are you doing, guys?
Hey, guys. Good to meet you.
So before we start, I want just to say a couple of words about Aloha DeFi. So Aloha DeFi is a platform that plans to incentivize users with a reward and governance system based on NFTs, which are non-fungible tokens. For those who don't know what non-fungible tokens are, these are tokens that, unlike Bitcoin, are not mutually interchangeable. So before we start, I want to remind our audience that this is an AMA show. So guys, don't forget to write your questions in the chat, and I will be asking them live to our guests. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. So let's get some background first. Can you tell us in a nutshell, what is Aloha DeFi, Martin?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think probably the best thing to do is to describe Aloha in general, because the first thing we did was develop a Wi-Fi app, a Wi-Fi sharing app. And the reason we did that was to deal with a specific problem for people that are on the move. So if you're on the move and you can't get Wi-Fi for whatever reason, you could be out of data, you could be just not being able to get a signal. We created an app for people to be able to share their hotspots in order to help other people out. So that's been built and that's ready to go. And that's kind of further down the line. So then we got our heads together to decide how we're going to develop the Aloha token, which acts as a reward system for people that are sharing the Wi-Fi's, amongst other things that we've got planned as well. So the senior team got together and we came up with the idea of an NFT token. The reason we wanted to do that was to firstly grow the community to a good and strong community, but also we wanted to bring the community in to helping us with making decisions or big decisions that, for the future of Aloha. So that's when we come up with the governance idea. So quite simply put, if you buy Aloha, you own Aloha, you stake Aloha against an NFT, depending on the rarity of the Aloha, will give you votes in the governance. So as we drive the business forward, the community can get involved with making decisions.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and we're gonna have time to dig a little bit more deeper in all this aspect, because as far as I understand, it is a quite complicated mechanism. So I would like to ask Juanjo about technical details. So can you tell us a bit more about these tokens that are using? So I know that there is the Aloha token, and then there is the Aloha box. So how are these different tokens related to each other, and how do they work?
Yeah, the first one is the Aloha token, that it's a blockchain token that works inside the Ethereum network. And this is the token for the DeFi platform. And this is the token that is decentralized, and the users will get rewarded with this by sharing their Wi-Fi connections. So the users can buy the Aloha box for using it outside of the blockchain. It's like an off-chain token that you can change it in business, in person, for changing like extra services, discounts, and things like that. And the blockchain token, you can use it, like Martin said before, you can stake it and you can use it in the DeFi world to get some NFTs, participate in the governance, create new pools, and everything related to the governance of the whole platform.
Mm-hmm. So let me know if I understand correctly. So basically, you start with the Aloha token, you stake it, and in return, you get this Aloha box that can allow you to make real purchases in the real world. Is it correct?
More or less, because with these Aloha tokens, you can exchange it directly to Aloha bucks. But then we have like 3 different types of pools when users can stake these Aloha tokens. We have like normal pools. You can stake it to earn some interest. Then we have like combination of pools with stable coins like USDT, USDC, and things like that. So you can earn both dollars and more Aloha tokens. And then we have like the NFT pools. So you can stake these Aloha tokens to earn some NFTs with different rarities, depending on the amount of tokens you stake, the time you stake in the pool, and all these params.
Okay, that's interesting. I just want to remind our audience that if they have any questions regarding how this whole token system works, how Aloha DeFi works, just write them in the chat and I will be asking directly to our guests. So now I would like to know from Martin. So I know that your first one of your first use cases is actually this Aloha Wi-Fi. So it's like a Wi-Fi hotspot that can be used in order to earn these tokens, and it allows people to share free available data to other people. Can you explain why you decided to go for this specific use case for your platform, not any other use cases? Sorry, I think you are still muted, Martin. No, actually you're not. You should be able to speak, but I can't hear you. So before we fix this technical issue, maybe Juanjo can reply to this question.
Yeah, can you repeat the last part, please?
So basically what I wanted to ask you is why you decided to go for this specific use case at the very beginning, which is the Wi-Fi hotspot. Why did you pick these use cases to, as far as I understand, it's just the first of several use cases that you will be allowing on your platform. So why this one specifically?
Yeah, that's true. That's because Martin and the team found this problem in the market and started working in the application that is already published in the stores. So right now, this is the first use case that we cover because it's the main problem we can solve right now. And we're now adding all these blockchain platform, DeFi, and everything to build more use cases. So we can make like a bridge to the real world and the DeFi world and mix everything together into a bigger platform.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Martin, are you with us? Can you speak, or you are still muted? I think you are still muted, although it doesn't show that you are muted. Well, I guess we can continue the discussion until we fix this technical issue. So I got a question from the audience. One of our viewers is asking, I don't get the difference between bucks and tokens. Aloha bucks are like an in-game currency you can swap for your own NFTs, and the Aloha token is like any other crypto transfer, stake, etc. Maybe you want to clarify this, because I think it's quite a complicated mechanism, so maybe it's worth to repeat it a couple of times.
That's it. The Aloha token is the one that you use in all the blockchain DeFi protocol. So you use it for NFTs, for governance, for staking, and everything like that. And Aloha bucks is the off-chain token that you use in the real world. So you start using the Aloha application, you will start getting and earning some Aloha tokens, and you're inside this blockchain world. And whenever you want to change it to the real world, you can buy some Aloha bucks using these Aloha tokens, and some of them will get burned. So we're also incentivizing the blockchain world and the use case of the blockchain protocol with the real world use cases.
Okay, and actually I have another question here, which is one of our viewers from India, who is asking, can you please tell me when we can see major tie-ups in Aloha's? So I guess he means when we can see major partnerships. Maybe Martin can answer this question, but I can still.
I think his microphone is still broken, but I know the team is right now. The part of the marketing team is working with other blockchain platforms to make some partnerships. So we are already in meetings with them. Maybe later Martin can clarify this more.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, now we can hear you, Martin. You're back. You're back.
I don't know what happened there, guys. Sorry about that.
No worries. So, like, I wanna repeat your this question. So we wanted to know what kind of major tie-ups are going to happen with Aloha. So I guess he means what kind of partnership are you gonna establish?
We'll be partnering with basically with different block projects in blockchain as well, but also in the consumer world with businesses up and down the country, larger hotel chains that we're speaking to and things like that, where our Wi-Fi business would fit in nicely. But that's all in kind of discussion at the moment. Our main focus at the moment is to concentrate on the NFT platform and grow the community. So we have all these things in place over the next few months once the listing has taken place and the governance is actually functional, which should be about 5 or 6 weeks from now in total.
Yeah, so I would like to concentrate a little bit more on this NFTs aspect, because it seems to be pretty central to the way you want to start, you want to kick off your project. So why do you think that NFTs are the best way to build an initial community around your platform?
I think it's there's a couple of aspects to it, but I think it's quite fun, to be honest as well. So to bring something like this in, it's engaging, and it's a good way for people to get started with Aloha. And because of the way the point system works on different types of NFTs, people can actually get involved in the governance scheme, which is really important to us, because over the last 6 months, particularly, we've added new aspects to the business in general to make it more sustainable, and more buy pressure and reducing sell pressure. All these things that we're adding on, all the ideas have come from the community, the people that we've met since we've been involved in crypto. So it made all the sense in the world to get these guys more involved and make them a part of the decision making moving forward. And that's why it's really important for us that we get this right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and actually, as far as I understand, there are different types of NFTs that you are about to offer, which depend on some sort of level of exclusivity. Like you're gonna have, as far as I understand, like silver, gold, and platinum, or something like that.
Yeah, could I hand that to Angela?
So maybe Juanjo can explain better how these different levels of NFTs are organized.
Yeah, we have like 3 levels of rarity, depending on how much Aloha you stake and how much time you left these tokens staked in our pools. So these params can be changed in the governance. If users want to, for example, extend the time for staking to get the most rare item, they can do it proposing a new feature inside the governance, and other NFT holders can agree on that, and the platform will run autonomously everything. So we have like these 3 rarities, and the user selects which one they want to get. For example, if I want to get the basic one or the most rare one, I will have to put more tokens inside that pool. And all these pools are smart contracts that are already deployed and tested, and everything will go autonomously and trustless in the blockchain. So no one has control over your tokens or your funds.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I think that we have another question from the audience right now. So one of our viewers is asking, what is the value of a peer-to-peer mobile Wi-Fi hotspot? So I guess that here we would need you to highlight why people would benefit from something like that. Maybe you want to stress this utility aspect of a Wi-Fi hotspot that is based on a peer-to-peer system. Martin.
Well, yeah, sure. Allow me to deal with that one. Well, it's again multi-leveled for a guest user. the beauty of an Aloha Wi-Fi hotspot is there's no barrier to entry. He doesn't need a password. He can just log on, do what he needs to do, and then move off again. You know, for the person that's the Wi-Fi host, so for somebody that downloads the app and shares their Wi-Fi, we call them a Wi-Fi host. They're earning rewards in order for doing for sharing their Wi-Fi. So that's the benefit to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's an idea that I actually never seen in the crypto space. It's a new, to me at least. It sounds like a quite new use case and an application that I never encountered before. So let's move on with some more questions. I remind again our audience to ask anything that they are curious about the Aloha app, the Aloha DeFi, and this interesting project. So I would like to understand better how your the economics of your platform will work. As far as I understand, you plan to establish a certain amount of fees on your platform. So for each transaction that is gonna happen on your platform, there will be a 3% fee. Am I correct?
Yeah.
So how will these fees be distributed among you guys, among the stakeholder and the other stakeholders of the project?
Yeah. Right now, all the products we have running on the blockchain, like the pools, the NFTs, and things like that, they got a fee to interact with it. So, for example, if I'm staking to earn some rewards, when I'll get out of that pool to claim my rewards and my tokens back, I will get a fee sent to the platform autonomously. Okay. So part of that fee will be auto-distributed between some wallets. Okay. So part of that fee will go back to Treasury, so we can use it to pay more marketing, develop more use cases on top of the platform, and things like that. And another part of it will go to the NFT stakers. So when you're an Aloha user, you have some tokens, you can stake it, you will earn some NFTs. You can put that NFTs in our DAO, so in our governance, and you will also earn more Aloha tokens for staking in that DAO and making the protocol alive by making proposals, voting on the proposals, and everything like that. And also all of that fees can be changing via proposal. So for example, if we want to increase the marketing fee in a near future because we want to make a collaboration with another platform or thing like that, anyone with enough reputation inside the governance via the NFTs can propose this, and the other holders can vote on it.
Okay, that's pretty clear. Although we have also another question, which is actually the question that I was about to ask you, following up on your statement right now, regarding NFTs. So you said that NFTs have this governance function, right? So that if you own one of these NFTs or more, you have some governance, you have some participation in the governance of the protocol. Still, I know that there are other use cases for the NFTs. So what are these use cases? How can these NFTs holders use them apart from governance? Maybe Martin, you want to answer this one?
Yeah, I can add a few things about that if you want. Right now we have a web application where users can interact with all the NFTs and stake it and make like a beautiful gallery with your NFTs. Like it will be really like a collection use case where collectors can stake and showcase their NFTs. And also, like all other NFTs, we will have this other market where users can trade these NFTs, change between them, and using third-party platforms like OpenSea and other things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if Martin wants to add anything more to this, but we're also planning to add more use cases in the near future.
Yeah, obviously that's one of the things that once the governance is up and running, we will be inviting the community to come forward with their ideas, as well as putting our proposals forward as well for discussion within the governance. So there will be lots of things, more things that can be done at the moment. It's staking and swapping and potentially selling to other users, which is something I'm sure that will happen on the platform as well in the future.
Okay, that's interesting. But let's just now make sure that the audience understand at what point this project is at the moment, because it's easy sometimes to confuse what are like plans, short-term plans, long-term plans, what has been already achieved. So maybe you can explain at what stage is your project at the moment. What are the milestones that you already achieved? And then in the following questions, I will be asking regarding the future plans.
Okay, so where we're at the moment, the Wi-Fi app has been developed. The app itself is generated specifically to bring a mass audience to our community on both in the crypto world and also in the consumer world. So people that are new to crypto and haven't even heard of crypto, some of them, that's already been developed. And the reason that's developed is for us to create a big audiences in areas. So for example, we'll take London as an example. We'll heavily populate that area with downloads of the app, and also businesses where people can can earn their rewards and spend them in local businesses. So that's been developed. The only reason we haven't got that online yet is because of what's happened with the world at the moment, with COVID-19. So we've got that ready to launch as soon as that we're allowed to do so, which by the look of things is going to be in the next couple of months. As regards to the NFT platform, that will be launching exactly 1 week after the end date. The date that we list, and that will come straight into play. So it fits in nicely. We develop the NFT platform first and the governance, and then we start releasing our other use cases, which is the app in particular. Aloha for Business will launch as well. Aloha Buck will launch, all sort of in over the next two quarters.
Yeah, I saw that on your website. You already have your roadmap nice and clear over there, and I would like to expand a little bit more on the next steps of your project a little bit further on. But first, we have a quite, I would say, challenging question from the audience. So one of our viewers asks, most projects put these days do not really solve any problem and are only after making money. So permit me to ask, what problem are you really out to solve, and what's your approach? I guess this is a question that directs you to the question, what real problems are you trying to solve? You understood the question, basically.
Yeah, okay. I mean, So the Wi-Fi aspect of it, or the app aspect of it, is that the problem we're solving is to remove all barriers from Wi-Fi. And one of the reasons that we developed this in the first place is because we thought it was unfair that if you pay for Wi-Fi at home, you pay for it on your mobile phone. If for some reason you can't connect to the Wi-Fi, you have to pay for it again. And in some cases, you can't even pay for it. It's just not available anywhere. So we've developed the app to take that barrier away. And if we can get enough people using it, which we believe we can, that will be a problem that's been resolved. So that's the biggest issue for the actual app itself. Obviously, the reward system that we set up initially was all going to be done with Aloha tokens, but that could have created a problem with sale pressure, and that's why we've developed the Aloha Buck to sit in between the Aloha token and the Aloha and the Aloha rewards, so that the rewards are earned through bucks first, and then you can switch rewards to bucks and vice versa, to tokens and vice versa, depending on how things are with the market.
All right. So I'm very happy to see that our audience is quite involved in the conversation, and we are receiving a lot of interesting questions. But I would like to remind still to our audience again to ask more, to be curious about Aloha, and ask anything. I'm going to ask our guests about it. So just write your question in the chat. Following on, I would like to clarify the structure of your company and of your product, because maybe to someone that just joined the chat right now, it's a little bit confusing to hear words like Aloha Global, Aloha DeFi, Aloha Wi-Fi. So can you make a little bit clear how these different parts of your project are distinct from each other?
No problem at all. So Aloha Global is everything involved. Aloha, the app, which is the driving force. Actually, everything will be hosted within the app. The app hosts the Wi-Fi sharing. It hosts the Aloha for Business. It hosts the marketplace where people can spend their Aloha bucks. And Aloha DeFi sits in front of all of that as the community, the strong community and governing system. The beating heart, if you like, is going to be the community, and the governance will be the driving force, making decisions for the whole Aloha Global.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we got another question from the audience, which is a bit technical. So maybe this one is for Juanjo. So they are asking, liquidation and slashing risks are associated with DeFi protocols. What are Aloha countermeasures to deal with such risks? What are Aloha risk to reward ratio compared to other DeFi protocol platforms? So I guess these are two slightly different questions. One is about the risks involved in liquidation and slashing. Do you have any countermeasures in place to prevent these kind of things to happen?
Yeah, we have a few things. First of all, I would like to talk about the smart contract and the security of it. Like everything, no one can control the smart contracts. Only the governance the governance contract can control all the other part of the platforms. But everything is secured, and we have security audits of all of our contracts. So first of all, I would like to say that all the funds inside the contract are safe. And then about all the liquidity and all that part, we have everything locked down, and all the team tokens and funds will have vesting on it. So it will not be released, and we will not be dumping on our own market, because the main plan is always stay in the long run. I don't know if Martin can add something more to that.
Mm-hmm. Maybe Martin, you want to add something else?
Yeah, just exactly. Just on the back of what Juanjo said, then it's everything about the project is for the long term, and we're thinking of the long term. We're hoping that people that join us and join the governance, which is another reason why we put it up there. We've created this facility so that we can create a long-term journey together with our community.
Yeah, and I also see that there are a lot of questions regarding the possibility that you're going to launch an exchange. I saw that on your platform. You're also talking about if I'm not mistaken, a decentralized exchange, a DEX, that is going to be part of your future projects, your future products. So maybe you want to discuss a little bit about it, when it's going to be implemented and how it's going to work. Juanjo, maybe you can tell us a bit about this.
Should I take the first bit up here?
Oh yeah, sure.
And then Juanjo can add some bits on. So the first, as soon as we finish that, we've listed the NFT platform has been launched and the governance is in place. The next stages of development is going to be the micro exchange inside the app. And the reason for that is for easy access to new to crypto and to all of our app users to be able to buy Aloha tokens, and similarly for businesses to be able to buy Aloha tokens as well, as they will need them to pay for advertising costs on the platform in the marketplace. So that's the next part of the development. This is a micro exchange. We do plan to build a DEX a little further down the line, which is where I'll be, if you don't mind, Juanjo, I'll hand that over to you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. First of all, we will be listing the token on Uniswap, so users will be able to already trade with it, with the liquidity locked. And as I stated in the roadmap, and Martin was saying, the plan is to build our own DEX to make it much more easier for newcomers into this blockchain world. So users that doesn't know anything about crypto can join this world without having too much barriers of entrance to this. So this is the main plan, to make like this bridge between the real world and the blockchain world.
Thanks for answering this. We have another question from our audience. I guess that you already talked about it previously, but I guess more people are joining the conversation and they would like to know about the partnership. So collaboration and partnerships are one of the cornerstone to making DeFi more widespread. Can Aloha share some of the partnerships you have formed with existing blockchain foundation recently? Martin, you already talked about it, but you want to repeat these points?
Yeah, so again, we're in discussions at the moment, but they're kind of on hiatus until we get to the stage where the platform is launched and we've been listed. So we've been putting all of our efforts and all of our attention onto this, but we have several other companies that we're speaking to currently. But we want to make sure that it's beneficial not just for us, but for the other companies as well. We'll be releasing this information over the next. And once the sale is completed and the token's listed, then we'll start talking more so about this and about the opportunities that are before us.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I also would like to mention the fact that on February 21, Aloha is going to conduct a token public sale. So this is the public sale where people can actually participate and become owners of the Aloha token, right, Martin?
That's correct.
Okay, so can you tell us a little bit about this token public sale? Why did you decide to conduct one? Especially, yeah, like why did you decide to use this method to launch your project?
Well, a few reasons. One is, again, to get people involved, to give them the opportunity to get involved in the project, to also raise some funds that will help to grow the project, some of the costs that we've got ahead of us, and to raise some liquidity to put into Uniswap at the beginning as well. Those are the three main reasons, and to get attention for the product as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so after the launch, I'm not sure I understood on what platforms this Aloha token will be available for purchase. Do you have some exchanges that will be already trading it, or how is it going to work?
No, we're listing on Uniswap. So as soon as the token sale completes, which is due to complete on the 28th, we'll list immediately on Uniswap after that. We're already talking to Binance Smart Chain as well, which is one of the things that we'll put forward to the governance once the governance is up and running, because that could be quite interesting. So we've been approached there as well. But initially, it's going to be Uniswap.
Okay, cool. So maybe Juanjo, this is for you. Like, why should our viewers that are watching this live stream at the moment should think about participating in the public sale? If you can explain in a couple of words why they should think about participating in your token public sale. Okay.
As already said Martin, that users that participate in the public sale have a unique opportunity to join this early project that is going to be very big in terms of time really soon. So everyone can join at the start, get the token at better prices, start getting NFTs, start joining the governance, and start joining all the platform, participating in all the protocol. So really early investors of the platform can really start getting involved into it and making it grow more altogether.
Mm-hmm. And from a technical perspective, for someone who never participated in a public token sale, can you maybe guide people through this process? Like how am I supposed to do it?
Yeah, all the public sale will be conducted via our smart contract that is already audited. So there are like a few ways to participate. The easiest one is just like getting a Web3 browser compatible, like normal browser with MetaMask or any other browsers. Use our website and just put your Ethereums in there, and they will send directly to the smart contract, and the smart contract will do all the things. Take your part of the token, send it to you, log the liquidity, all the things. And for more advanced users, can interact directly with the blockchain or the smart contract and send directly the funds to the smart contract to others. Everything will be explained in the website.
Awesome. Yeah. So I would like to take this opportunity to remind our audience to check the website of Aloha DeFi in order to know more about the project. Also, I would like to remind our audience to write questions in the chat if you have any curiosity about the upcoming token sale that Aloha is organizing and about anything else regarding this interesting project. So I have already a question from our audience. So this is more a generic question. How critical do you consider the interoperability between the ecosystems to be the future of blockchain tech, and how are you paving the way to that future? Martin, probably this is more for you.
We can break down. I only sort of heard half of that. Could you just repeat that? Sorry.
Yeah, sure. So one of our viewers is asking about the concept of interoperability. Interoperability is a concept we hear about a lot lately. So connecting different blockchains together in an organic system. So do you consider the interoperability? Do you consider the interoperability between the ecosystem to be the future of blockchain tech? And if so, how are you paving the way to that future?
That's a quite a technical question, but I think if we're talking about how we bridge Aloha Wi-Fi to Aloha DeFi, I think it's very important because the app itself will attract millions of new people to us. You know, we have a big plan for downloads over the next few years and for active users. And from them active users, at least 50% of them, this is what our research is telling us, and the feedback that we're getting, are interested in crypto and DeFi. So we will have academies to help people from there to there. So from that viewpoint, we think it's very important for helping us towards growing our audience to the big sizes that we'd like it to be.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so going back to this token sale, now I would like to get more into specifics about how you're gonna plan to use the funds that you're gonna raise through this token sale. So of course, every time a token sale is conducted, the company is gonna distribute the funds into different ways. So I would like you to explain it. Okay,
so 40% is going straight into liquidity on Uniswap. And then the rest is kind of split between 35%, which is in more developments, which is the developments of the micro exchange that's going to be put into the app, the completion of the Aloha for Business marketplace, which is almost done anyway, and also to expand more facilities or more features on the NFT platform. And the rest mainly is marketing. You know, we need to attract more downloads, so influencers that are quite expensive these days, and we use the best of the best. But it's important that we get to good masses of people very quickly for our model to work. You know, so that's mainly where it's going into.
Yeah, for sure. I understand that marketing is a vital component for any any emerging crypto project. So I understand that for sure. So yeah. I would like now to go a little bit more in details about the milestones that you hope to achieve during 2021. You have been already mentioning a bit of this, but I would like to go a bit more in detail. So if you had to sum up, what are the main milestones you hope to achieve in 2021, Martin?
Okay, so first and foremost is to get the NFT platform live, obviously get the token listed, then get the NFT platform live and create the governance so that is there ready to work, because we have a lot of things, a lot of proposals ready to put forward to them. But immediately after that, the micro exchange is very important. That's built, and we think that will take about 2 months to build. Once restrictions are lifted in the UK, we're going to launch Aloha for Business, so that app users can start spending rewards with local businesses. And once we've ironed out any snags there, any technical problems that we may have, we'll start expanding it across the country and then across Europe. So we hope by the end of this year that we're completely marketed and completely occupying space in the UK initially, so that at the start of 2022 we can start going into other domains as well, other languages and other countries as well, with a partnership program that we have. So the main things this year is to expand our audience, our crypto audience, our community, and also to fire up the app and the Aloha for Business engine.
Maybe Juanjo can add some technical details about these future milestones that you hope to achieve. Maybe from his side, you can explain what are the technical aspects that you look forward to implement in the following months.
Yeah, right now we're pretty advanced in most of the smart contracts. Most of it are already done. All the pool things, the NFT and things like that, and they are already pretty dynamical. If we reach some agreements with other blockchain projects and things like that, we can vote on the governance to support other coins in combination with Aloha to stake and earn NFTs and things like that. And the future plans are, as Martin already told, it's create these new DEX with more frictionless entry for normal users, and making a really good UX experience for non-crypto users and also crypto users. That's the main plan.
All right. So I think that I have another question, but I would like also to remind our audience again that if you have any curiosity regarding Aloha DeFi, and this token launch that is happening on the 21st of February, just write it down in the chat. Even if it's a technical question, we have Juanjo, who is gonna be able to reply to all the technical questions that you might have regarding the blockchain side, the technical side of the project. So I was curious to see that on your website you wrote that you hope to reach 25 million users in the next 3 years.
Yeah.
So that sounds like quite ambitious project, but probably you have some strategy in place in order to achieve this amount of users. How are you going to reach out to such a big audience, Martin?
I think yeah, absolutely. That is a number that we stand by as well. We fully intend to hit that number. That's how ambitious we are. But I think the key to it is hitting critical mass. So we have a plan in place for that. We start a micro community local to here, where Aloha is based, which is in Bournemouth in the UK. As soon as we have that, and what I mean by that is when people start talking to other people about it, they download it, the marketing slows down because it's got its own traction. Once that happens, we can then expand that across the UK. We can copy that model and take that model to anywhere in the world, and the numbers mount up very, very quickly. So we think it's possible through heavy marketing to begin with, but then through critical mass after that.
Okay, cool. That sounds like an exciting plan for the next months and years, and we're gonna be watching carefully about the developments. So I would like to give you like the opportunity to add something more, if you wish, if you want to add anything else that you want our audience to know. Please, this is your time, Martin.
Well, yeah, obviously, one of the questions or one of the things that we didn't cover, which comes up quite a bit, is whether we'll be listing on a central exchange, top tier central exchange. And the answer to that is absolutely yes. Probably in 2 to 3 months from now, we'll start looking at doing that as well, because obviously that's going to give us more exposure. But again, our big focus is on the NFT platform, creating the community, and installing this governance so that we can all move forward together, make decisions together, and make Aloha a success.
Mm-hmm. And when you said big exchange, big centralized exchange, you mentioned Binance before.
Yeah, but yeah, Binance Smart Chain, they've taken some interest in us, so we'll start talking to them pretty much straight away. But we'll see we'll put the proposal forward. I mean, the idea is to put this proposal forward as the first proposal to the governance system when that's up and running.
Awesome. I really like this idea of NFTs because yeah, it's exciting. It sounds a little bit like having like collectibles, but just virtual collectibles. So it's a little bit like having these cards I used to play with in my childhood that were very rare, but now people are gonna have them like in a virtual world. So maybe Juanjo has anything else to add regarding the technical aspects of the project? Anything that the audience should know to wrap up things?
For our more technical audience, I will say that all of the blockchain part is open source. We looked at in our GitHub. All of the contracts are there. And if anyone is curious about the code, can check it. And everything is audited. We'll publish it soon in our website too. And everything will be managed in a trustless way. Everything will be decentralized. Everything will be following the principal aspects of the blockchain. So for the technical people, it's pretty interesting too.
Okay, awesome. So I see that we don't have any more questions from our audience. So I guess that we can wrap up the discussion here, guys. Thanks a lot for coming on our show, and good luck with your project.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Thanks.